Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited to um, connect with you today, reconnect with you. I know it's been a hot minute or a few since I've um, uploaded a video on here, and I'm doing the Zoom tube thing here today. And please excuse my hair, my wild it's a not a good hair day. I should be wearing my cowgirl hat. Anyway, I felt called to hop on here today and talk about the activating your inner Empress and the Venusian vibes that are present here. We're in Taurus season. Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus, as well as the sign of also rules. Venus also rules Libra. And so with these, what I like to call earthly treasures and pleasures vibes that are really present and available for us at this time, I felt called to reconnect with you and chat with you. It's been a wild ride the past several weeks, even a couple months, if we're being real here, of really massive upgrades for me personally. Energetic, mental shifts, all the things, right? Multi-dimensional when we're talking about upgrades here, because I am a frequency queen. It's one of my superpowers. And so having all of that be upgraded and up leveled, you know, so that we're in alignment, right, is key. Anyway, before I dive into the conversation that wants to come through today about activating your inner Empress and really, maybe like allowing yourself to catch the wave of these Venusian vibes that are here for us in Taurus season and with the recent Taurus new moon, let me just take a quick hot minute to say thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, thank you for returning if you are coming back. And either way, I'm so grateful to you for finding your way here. I am ever evolving on my journey in terms of sharing my soul's work and message and all the things. And at the heart, at the essence, in addition to really bringing what I call the medicine, the multidimensional medicine of the horse to the masses, really in a lot of ways, my twofold mission is really to empower the sacred feminine with the medicine of the horse. And this is a mantra that came through for me years and years ago, and I never quite knew how to explain it, and I never knew if people would get what I was talking about. But it is returning that mantra. But at the end of the day, in a more practical, tangible way, you might want to call me a spiritual or unbridled life coach who is really devoted to helping other women, horse lovers, equinepreneurs, anyone who's drawn to the spirit of the horse and who is really truly seeking to rise to their full potential and gets that, you know, that it's an inside job. Not that we don't take any aligned action, inspired action in the 3D, but when we can connect with something greater than ourselves, when we can really tune in to the intangible, invisible realm, right? And play with that feminine energy, wisdom, and power. Oh my, look out for the magic and miracles that are in store, and also, the activation of you remembering your own magic and how powerful you are. And that's another piece that I'm really passionate about, is helping you remember your magic so that you can really step into not only your next level of unleashing that next level potential or greatness, but who you came here to be, and truly be that conscious, intentional co-creator of your life. Because as you likely know, we are creating all the time, right? Either consciously or unconsciously. And our results that we are experiencing in our 3D today are a result from yesterday or many yesterdays, and our tomorrow is a result of what we choose to lean into and focus on and expand today. And we can leave the past behind, depending on how well worn your neural pathways and grooves and habits and repetitive mental loops and all the things are. It may take a hot minute or few hours or longer to kind of rearrange things, but I promise you, if you stick with it, there's no way you can fail. So please don't give up. So let me just backtrack a little bit here and chat about the Venusian vibes. I mentioned Taurus being ruled by Venus, the planet Venus, and the planet Venus is all about love, beauty, abundance. It is like the goddess. If you've read the book, Men Are From Mars or Women Are From Venus, I'm probably dating myself, right? The Venus is the feminine, and really, regardless of gender, because we all have masculine and feminine, it is that feminine energy. Because Taurus is an earth sign, it is very much grounded in what I like to call our earthly treasures and pleasures, right? In the physical, our body, self-care, nourishment. What are the things that you value in terms of maybe your home environment and space? Do you value like a high vibe environment that nourishes you, right? Are you valuing like freedom of lifestyle to allow you to do the things that light you up and do your self-care? Like, what are the things you value, but on the 3D realm, like really bring it down to earth, is part of it. And then, allowing yourself to anchor in that and also feel safe, receiving that, attracting, receiving, asking, attracting, and receiving, right? And that requires a certain level of learning how to work with our nervous system, right? Because we need to nourish and regulate our nervous system and recalibrate it at the new level. And I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but there are a lot of pieces and parts. And I do want to say this as someone, especially who is sensitive, empathic, intuitive, who experienced a lot of trauma growing up as a child from birth and even other lifetimes, and of course the lineage piece as well. If you can resonate with that, and to me, these are all pieces of the dark horse or black sheep, if you will, qualities. Our journey, our Shiro or hero's journey, right? Again, may seem more challenging, may seem more wrought with darkness. And yet, I can't remember who said this, but I saw the quote like a few months ago, and they essentially were saying is like the more challenging your journey is, right? The higher you are meant to rise, right? And I'm probably butchering it, but hopefully you get the essence. Something that I also heard long ago when I was going through one of my mini dark nights was the darker the dark, the lighter the light. So, if you're in a dark place now, or if you've been in one, those of us who are experiencing or have experienced the greatest darkness are actually here to hold the greatest light. And hearing that at a time when I was in a dark place actually gave me hope and meaning behind what I was going through. So anyway, all of that being said, and my hair is really, I have to say, driving me crazy today. But sorry, that's the Venusian beauty vibes there kicking in. Anyway, vanity vibes, if you will. But what I want to say is if you are at a place that you are ready to kind of take the love, the beauty, the abundance, right? And again, activate it at the next level. I really love working with the Empress. Like for me, the goddess is really beautiful and pure in her essence, and an introduction to the feminine, and the horse goddess, right? Especially is some of the work that I do with Epona. But when we flow into that next level or evolve, expand, elevate to that next level, for me, it is the Empress, the equine Empress, who is now because she's mastered a lot of the pieces of the path of the horse goddess, right? She's now started to master her emotional, agility and managing her mind and owning her vibration and all of these pieces, right? So now she becomes that queen of queens, right? In Tarot, we know that the Empress is really the embodiment of the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Swords, right? So she's really integrated all of these pieces and parts of herself in a way that she is sovereign, she is whole, she is free, and she is also, empowered and elegant in that place of wisdom, and has also this divine motherly essence, because she is always not only pregnant with possibility, but she is in touch with her feminine magic, her creative superpowers as a woman. And so these are some pieces of working with your inner Empress that are so powerful and can help you to really activate that next level of power, of purpose, and prosperity, of creativity, of freedom, fulfillment, and flow, which are all like core values of mine. And so I really wanted to, again, touch on this, and I don't want to leave you hanging. I want to give you a couple of resources or ways to go deeper. If this speaks to you, if this conversation speaks to you, I have a really lovely Empress activation, which is more like an attunement where you're going to receive the Venus light codes to activate your Empress. And it's in a little bundle. And then there's one that goes deeper. First, there's the attunement, and then there is the invocation, the alignment of your chakras, and the integration and embodiment of your inner Empress. So these are both, and I hesitate to use the word meditation. I had recently somebody who purchased my Earthly Treasures bundle, which, by the way, also includes the Empress activation. And I have a new little Dark Horse Magic boutique, FYI, and you'll find all that information down below. But she was asking if, before she, purchased, was asking if my audio tracks were like meditations or subliminals or what they were. And sometimes I hesitate to use the word meditation because though they may have a meditation-like quality, they are also transmissions. I'm a vertical channel. They are infused with the light codes and the frequencies that I channel, which include, for example, the Venus codes, the Empress codes, the Chiron, aka Dark Horse codes, right? Whatever we're working with at any given time. And I have a spirit team, my spiritual oneness support team, that I affectionately refer to as Team SOS. And depending on, what we're focusing on, I will channel different transmissions, which are any combination of a guided process of receiving light codes, of sometimes we weave in breath work, embodiment work, somatic or body-based awareness, all the things. And each one is different on its own. I also have many of them that I channeled while I was either outside and or riding or with my horse or one of my horses. And so the medicine of the horse, natures, all those vibes and high frequency juju are often infused into my tracks. So they're very unusual, one of a kind. I haven't come across anyone else who does quite the same type of transmissions that I do. And not to toot my own horn, but I am proud of my personal brand of magic, if you will. And so I highly recommend in this month, whether or not you choose to, invest in my work, to play with not only the feminine, but also, working with your inner goddess and or empress to help take things to the next level in the way that feels aligned to you. And the other piece I want to bring in is the receiving piece, the being piece, the stillness piece, the slowing down piece. For me, I have really been over the past several months, leaning more and more into that piece of allowing myself to relax and receive, right? We can get so caught up in the doing and the hustle and be in hyper masculine mode. And I am guilty of slipping into that, periodically, and I am a work in progress. But what I do know is the more I relax, the more I receive, whether it's the downloads, whether it's abundance, whether it's simply the power of being present and enjoying the gifts and blessings that are already in my life, which obviously that focus, expands on bringing in more. I've been seeing wild turkeys recently. If you're on IG, come over and follow me and say hi. I have a couple of turkey reels because turkeys are in spiritual symbolism, all about abundance and gratitude, and really like that harvest, right? And prosperity. So, the divine signs and synchronicities, which I love, especially in nature and with the animals, tuning into. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say today. I really wanted to connect and just say hi, and again, chat with you about the Venusian vibes that are going on right now for this Taurus season that were kind of activated with the new moon. Let you know how I've been doing. And that was the other piece I wanted to say about the recalibration. Like, really, for me, with the upgrades that I have been experiencing through both my own work and dedication commitment to my almost daily spiritual practice, self-care practice, along with the mentors and coaches that I work with, having some really powerful shifts and upgrades. And so allowing myself the space and grace to actually integrate and recalibrate, you know, along the way, like more spaciousness perhaps than I usually take. And again, there are seasons and cycles, and I don't think there's any right or wrong. But I think, especially as women, especially as sensitive, empathic women, I think the more we can allow ourselves that spaciousness to relax, the more we are going to be open to receive. And the other piece I want to bring in around activating your inner empress or the goddess or the feminine, is it really can, at least the way that I work, with myself and my clients, help you to activate your capacity to receive at the next level, whether you are desiring to receive more love or support or resources or money or whatever the case may be, right? It is all really connected. And that was the other piece I wanted to bring in, because we have Mother's Day coming up in a couple of days. Our mother wounds, or our unhealed mother wounds, our unresolved, unintegrated mother wounds, are actually connected, and both, directly our biological mother, or maybe if someone raised you that wasn't your biological mother, as well as your lineage, okay? Both are at play. And when we do the work to understand and expand our awareness and start integrating and healing those pieces, okay, that is going to be the root, the very first step to really increasing our capacity and our ability to receive more. Because if you think about it, the mother, right, the mother nourishes, with the breastfeeding, whether or not you got breastfed. I didn't, right? And if you didn't, by the way, that can, obviously your mom did the best she could with what she knew, but there's also, you can look at maybe how is that influencing the way that you nourish yourself, right? Because we learn from our, primary caregiver. And so when we can start to look at some of those pieces and start reparenting ourselves and doing our inner child work and all the things, right? And healing that mother wound, now we're going to open up our capacity, our ability to receive more nourishment in all the ways, right? Again, whether it's, love and relationships, work, career, financial, whatever the case may be, where you want to receive more at the next level. The feminine piece is important. And then if we want to get to the root, the mother wounds. And so if this conversation also interests you, please stay tuned. I don't have a date picked out yet, but I have a brand new masterclass training, which I will be hosting, where we go deeper into this conversation around the mother wounds, as well as the specific path that I take, that I've taken myself, and that I take my clients through to help them go from, for example, from empath to Empress, right? To really learn how to own their vibes and all the things, right? And begin to master all those pieces so that they can activate that next level again of prosperity and wholeness and freedom and really power and passion and creativity and all the feminine magic superpowers that we all have access to, again, regardless of gender. But of course, as women, since we birth children, I think we have a couple extra tricks up our sleeve, or somewhere else. Anyway, I am going to leave you with that. I think that's all I have for now. If, depending on when you're seeing this, I'm wishing you an absolutely beautiful and blissful Mother's Day. And until next time, ciao for now. And if you haven't yet already, thank you so much for your support. It would mean the world to me for you to like and subscribe and share and do all the things. I love you. Ciao for now, and namaste.